Hello, it's Monday, June 17th. This is Kevin Molis, the Malden Police Chief. Just want to use social media and technology to send out a public safety update on some incidents that have happened in the city that I'd like you to be aware of. The first incident I want to announce is something that's most serious. Would be over the weekend, Saturday night into Sunday after midnight. Officers responded to the area of Marlborough Street and Kennard Street on a report of shots fired. Upon arrival, officers determined through collection of evidence that there had been a shooting incident in which multiple rounds were fired. Fortunately, the only injury sustained was to an innocent civilian who suffered a minor grazing wound, which was not life-threatening. So we believe that this incident occurred as a result of a party that was taking place at a house on Marlborough Street, and the matter is under investigation. I would take the opportunity to ask the public if through the course of the summer, when people have more social gatherings at houses because of the good weather, and you notice a loud party or something that is causing a disruption to the neighborhood, to call us early, because oftentimes if the police can respond to a call for a loud party early in the evening, we're able to mitigate anything that might happen later on during the night. So again, we encourage people to call, and if anybody has any information regarding this specific incident involving shots fired on Marlborough Street near Kennard, would appreciate any assistance on that. You could call the detective line at 781-397-7181. Another incident that occurred Friday early evening outside the YMCA is very illustrative of the dangers that reckless behavior can cause, especially when done by younger people. So during the evening Friday night, officers responded to the area of the Malden YMCA on the report of some suspects in possession of firearms. As a result of responding to that area, 3 people were detained down the street, and it was determined that 2 different groups of juveniles had engaged in reckless behavior involving the display of toy firearms, BB guns, and pellet guns. And as a result of their behavior, they caused tremendous alarm to those that were in the area. And they also placed the police officers in a situation where they're confronted by people who they believe might be in possession of real weapons. Just to give you some idea, these are the items that were taken off the street that night. And you can see the realistic look of them, and you can imagine the potential fear, shock, and alarm that they would cause to any member of the public. And also, they would also point out the fact that a police officer confronting someone in a situation like this, faced with only a split-second analysis of a threat in front of them, would be faced with a very, very difficult decision. So this kind of highlights some of the things that are out there, but I want to illustrate something to the public. You've seen these items, and you've probably, like me or anyone, concluded that there is obviously a dangerous element to possessing these in public. But I want to mention that there is a city ordinance that regulates the possession of these items, and I'm going to read it to you just so that you're aware of what I'm talking about. So the city ordinance in the city of Malden has the following words: the barrel of a replica firearm, meaning any toy, imitation, replica firearm, air rifle, BB gun, pellet gun, or other similar simulated weapon, which because of its size, shape, or other characteristic can easily be perceived to be a real firearm, capable of firing a bullet or other projectile, other than the barrel of a water gun, is closed with an orange plug affixed for a distance of not less than 1/2 inch from the front end of said barrel. So as you can see, none of these items are in compliance with that city ordinance, and because of that, they present a very inherent danger to the public who might come across someone in possession of these. So I would ask people to pay attention to the ordinance, and I just want to again clarify that that incident that happened in front of the YMCA on Friday night did not involve real firearms. It was some juveniles who were in possession Of these, obviously, we were able to locate them and seize the items, and we have the identities of all the people involved. So it was a good result of an incident that was alarming to the public and had the potential for a tragedy. The last thing I want to mention is we have seen a recent increase in the theft of motorcycles. Most of these crimes have happened overnight, and I also want to point out through some intelligence gathering, it's not something that's just happening in Malden. Other cities have been affected by this, and there appear to be some means by which the suspects are targeting the vehicles for theft. On some occasions, people are selling their bikes and advertising them online using Facebook. There are occasions when people take photographs of their motorcycle, and post them through social media, and criminals are able to look at those photographs and use GPS analysis to determine the location where those bikes are kept. So I want to alert members of the public that motorcycles are being subjected to larceny, not only in Malden, but in the region. It's something we're paying attention to. We're taking steps to try to thwart this through directed patrols. Again, these things are happening mostly overnight when people are asleep. The motorcycles could be in people's driveways, in their backyards. So I would suggest that people take whatever measures they can to increase the security around their property and also to secure their motorcycles in a good way. And also be aware that a photograph of something that you cherish dearly can also be utilized by criminals in a way to locate it and take advantage of that for purposes of larceny. So those are 3 incidents that I just want to make you aware of. Again, we like to use this mechanism of social media and public connection to keep you informed. We look forward to serving you. As always, I want to thank you for your time and your attention.